really have. It's a good thing we had Colin too, because like there's so much stuff we didn't know.
Yeah. Well, him coming in as well, and then Phil learned a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like especially with the board, like we had no idea what we were doing at first, and then to be a day or just be me and John doing guitars. Like, Phil, how do you use the board? He's like, well, do this, and then make sure the mics are like this, and we're like, fuck, someone did his homework. Thank God.
Okay,
I spent a lot of time like on the internet researching this stuff beforehand and learning about it, watching YouTube videos and stuff. So.
There's a story that needs to be told about the making of this album.
Go for
Is
it.
the guitars with curves?
No.
We gotta tell that story.
We
boys.
will. Okay, so Eric's recording. Phil got this board. It's like a standalone board, and it records to a micro SD, right? And it's great. It's great. We can put all our mics into it. So Eric's recording some guitars, and he sends an MP3 of it to me, compressed, so we can get it like over Facebook without like taking forever. And there's this humming in it.
Oh, this is the story. Yeah.
Oh, it is the story.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Oh God. And also, side note, this was the last song with the last guitar take we were doing.
Yeah.
We were at the end of recording guitars.
And all we hear is wee in the background. It's faint.
It's very subtle.
And Eric, he sends me more things from that recording session. It's on every one of them. And we're like, okay, there must be like
Every track or every song?
everything it's not on the song, just the track he recorded, like that particular guitar take.
Okay.
But it's on every take. Like there's this hum that's so we're like maybe like the electricity's bad in his like parents' complex. Maybe someone like plugged a new thing in and it changed like the
Or maybe the patch cable was broken, and I had to rearrange the amps at one point because there was like a flood warning. So I had to like move the amplifiers, and I put it back the way it was. Like I took photos, set exactly back the way it was. Like, oh, maybe in the move I knocked over a wire. We went through every possible scenario.
We took every cable, we AV'd every cable, like anything that could be changed or swapped or moved, we did. And every time we would go upstairs with the SD card, put in his laptop and listen back to it, and it'd be there. So then we tore it all down because like it's the last guitar, right? So we're like, fine, we'll record upstairs in the closet. I don't care. Let's just get this done. We tear it all down. We bring it upstairs. It's still there.
And it was subtle enough that like you wouldn't notice until someone pointed it out, and then you'd be like, okay, yeah.
But like we didn't come this far to leave that on.
No.
So finally, how did we figure this out?
No, you would listen back to it and you wouldn't hear it.
No, we would. Well, on his laptop,
you would listen back to it on the board.
On the board, it
and
wouldn't be on the board. On the board, you wouldn't hear it, but when you listen to it on Eric's laptop, you would. And it turned out it was fucking Audacity putting it in.
What?
I don't know how. Every time he would convert them to MP3 over Audacity, and when we listened to them back in Audacity, it would add this sound, but only in that.
Because that's how I would edit my take. I'd listen to the take, crop it, and then or whatever, and it all be through Audacity, and then we'd upload it on Ableton and put together. So what happened one day is when I was like, it was like the last day we tried, and we're like, okay, we'll fucking like record it else. We were prepared to record elsewhere with someone else,
just to get the last guitar taken.
And what I did is instead of listening it on Audacity, I listened to it just on regular Windows Media
on
player.
the preview. I think
on the preview or something. I just clicked it and I didn't hear it. I was like, okay, it's not there. So I go back to the other takes. They're not there.
No,
not there. And then what I did is I'm like, John, listen to this. Do you hear the hum? And I just, without doing anything to it, just the raw track straight from the SD card, I sent it to him and he's like, do you hear anything? He goes, no, I don't. Hallelujah.
And from that day, like, I used to be ambivalent towards Audacity. Now I have an axe to grind with it because we spent maybe that probably set us back a month.
It was a month.
A month.
It was a month and month over like let's say 1 or 2 days every weekend trying it. Like we go Monday to Friday not recording and then try it on a Saturday or Sunday.
Because like I said, we record when we had time free together. But it cost us a month of every time we had free because we would record, we'd spend the whole day like troubleshooting it, and we'd come back with nothing. We kept the tracks though, so we probably used a lot of them.
Yeah, what I did is, seeing as I knew the tracks were good, I went back and the first take was good, so I went back to the first few takes and used that one.
But like a lot of them were just like the time it took to tear down an entire setup and move it up to his mom's room in the closet to realize it didn't work to move it back downstairs. That was the whole day.
That was the day.
And like I busted out to Dorval there. That's like it's just a waste of a trip, a waste of a day. Like
yeah, it took you like an hour probably to get.
It did. Yeah, there's always a detour now, and like man, it was just discouraging because that was before vocals, but we're getting close to the end. But like it'd probably been a long 8 months at that point.
It was October till that was like at the end of April too.
So like we're getting a little tired too. You know what I mean? Like this project's taking a long time, and you just want like at least when you finish the guitars, you're like we've finished a section. Yeah. It's done. You know, and yeah, fucking Audacity. Oh man, yeah, this is the funniest though when Eric figured it out, and we're like, oh my, like we flipped. Because we also were like,
Tables were flipped.
like Eric said, we have to go finish a guitar somewhere, and then we also have to do the vocals somewhere. I'm like, do we have a friend we could do that at? Do we have to go pay money for? Because like we bought this board to save that kind of fee. You know what I mean? It just complicated things.
We were starting to think like maybe it was a problem with the board. Maybe the board.
Yeah.
Then like you have to go.
Yeah,
What do you do with that? You know. So yeah, that was probably the biggest setback in the whole.
that was actually like the only setback.
That was the only time I was getting really discouraged with the project. I
Yeah.
would say.
Otherwise, everything else was like I guess what would be like a normal recording session. You know.
Oh man, Audacity.
The Audacity.